Oh, God. Man, it's so much work to talk about this all the time. Oh, God. God. Fine, okay? Fine. Just don't bug me, man. You're nagging me. Man. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, the female I just can't. Okay, hold on. Oh, come on. The female covert narcissist, in my view, is the most deadly. Because you see, male covert narcissists, it's not a good look, man. Like, playing the victim, being a vulnerable man-child, using women. It defies social norms and gender roles to be a male covert narcissist who parasitizes off of women, at least that the vulnerable victim style. Whereas females, women are already seen socially as the subordinate gender in a way. And so they play the victim. They take advantage of stereotypes of men as being aggressors, abusive. They can use sexual harassment legislation or policy within companies to exploit, extort, and advance their career. They're parasitic. They're opportunistic. They use their sexuality as a weapon, even in environments where it's inappropriate. They don't care. They want supply. They're filthy. They're defiling. They're homewreckers and users. They play the victim to a T. You can get duped in these relationships because all their exes were crazy, all the exes used them and took advantage of them, and nobody loved them. And they could be very, very promiscuous, and that can be common knowledge, but you may buy into their victim stories when, in fact, they love the attention and they have no real sense of morality whatsoever. And I can tell you firsthand that they love ruining good men, without a doubt. And just like the covert male narcissist, the female will use you to get advantages in life. Like, they will come out of one relationship where they totally use this dude, living in his house, posing and presenting in his condominium as if it's theirs. And so they'll create this picture of a perfect life, and then suddenly that perfect life, like, you're just dating them. Little did you know they were at the conclusion of discarding some dude and leaving him broken and didn't tell you anything about it. And now that guy's calling you as the crazy ex, and, her whole life might blow up right in your lap. And so oftentimes, they could have, their whole situation seem to deteriorate, and now they need your help. And so they've got you invested in them, and now they present like the life event that needs a superhero. And that might just push you into a relationship where you can't leave them. Your valiant nature, your desire to not be the user, to take advantage of this easy sex opportunity, you're going to help them out. You're going to get them on their feet. And boy, oh boy, do they love that. Are they going to step up the love bombing and make it seem like you're in a real relationship? And then to your dismay, you find out they're cheating on you. They're talking about you behind your back. They're already devaluing you. They're starting to pick apart your career. They're starting to make you doubt and question yourself. And at the end of this relationship, you may feel so dismayed and broken because you helped this person get on their feet. And now you're the one who feels like you're in need because you don't understand why you're so depressed. You don't understand why you're not able to function, but they're going to make you feel like you're a disappointment and failure because you are not the man that you seem to be at the very beginning. And it does not matter what you did to help them. It doesn't matter what you do to help them get on their feet. You could have filled out their resumes for them. You could have hooked them up with a job opportunity. You could have tied everything together in their whole life. You could have supported them financially. You could have given them shelter. It makes no difference. They will discard you without a doubt. They're also grandiose. They're also entitled to their ideal fantasy love that's utterly unattainable. And they, again, weaponize their sexuality to advance whatever agenda they have. And they have no regard for who they hurt in the process. They're greedy. They're greedy for love. They're exhibitionists sexually. They like to even get off on the risk-taking. You'll think they're real fun and energetic, lively at first, like where they're just real passionate and they're going to, anytime, any place kind of a girl, right? Then you'll realize that that's how they are all the time, that they're like that with everybody. That they could be calculated and smart, and maybe averse to doing anything that tampers with or interferes with their game plan, their scheming, their advancement agenda. But they have no morality whatsoever, and they're stimulus excitement junkies, which often can translate to risky sexual and in cars, anywhere, anytime. And they will always play naive. They're going to maintain guy friends and stuff like that. Typically, they may not even have a lot of girlfriends because girls sniff these girls out, right? And so they will have a bunch of guy friends that they're stringing along, using for supply, may not be having sex with them, keeping them on ice, but probably are sleeping with them and probably will, because they see nothing wrong with that. But they also like control. So there may be dudes that they just don't find attractive, but they still get supply from them. And then they punish those guys. In fact, some of them, they'll punish them for crossing the friend boundary, that they keep them at bay, overworking that dude emotionally, making him gift them stuff, and it's never quite enough, but always playing the victim, and they don't have time for anybody else's problems. You'll notice that while they love to garner attention and sympathy for whatever the hell, you'll be kind of dismayed. You'll look at like the way that they regard friends in need or somebody in their family that wants to talk to them about their challenges, and they just don't care at all. Like they almost feel grossed out by the negativity. So some of them are very grandiose. Like they want to be treated like a princess. They might call themselves a queen. They feel entitled. They don't like to share anything of their own typically, but they do like to take. And so they do like to share, especially if it's your stuff. But anything that you may need, they interpret as weakness. They will punish you if you need things. But their needs come first and foremost all the time. But see, while they're executing all their covert bullshit, they're undermining you emotionally, mentally, intellectually. You start to feel like you don't contribute, you don't make a difference. They're argumentative arbitrarily, and they always need to assert independence arbitrarily. And so that means that you can't really help them with directions. Like they don't really take your advice, but then they'll seek counsel from other men, other people, and triangulate you because they'll have more respect for someone other than you. And they will use people in their life, in their past, other examples of men and whatnot to talk about effusively to help put you down in a very covert way. And that's why they're very toxic and poisonous, because the ones that are covert, they don't necessarily denigrate you like a overt female narcissist. They do it through triangulation or like by talking about other people over slow, steady periods of time. They like to do a lot of crazy making by pretending they're committed to certain things that they're helping you with when they really don't show up. They are lazy and selfish just like the men, and they will make things that's expected of them very difficult and tedious, and they will blame you and gaslight you when they're not doing the things that they said they would do. And somehow it's always your fault, Even if you catch them cheating, they lie, gaslight, they play vulnerable victim, they might cry, they might act like they're getting close to some kind of epiphany and revealing something to you, and they'll go as far as they have to just get you to stop, take the gas off, and get off the hook. And again, always the victim. So they're going to be a victim to you. You're always going to be the crazy one. They destabilize you in every area of your life. They're totally toxic. You might as well be eating rat poison on a daily basis. They're filthy, they're low, they're disgusting, and they're going